David's Saturday AI Thoughts, Episode 5, 21st March 2026, Reckoning and Slope. What's on my mind? When I sat down to write my first Saturday reflections, the first image in my head was clear. Senior leaders opening their laptops on a Friday evening, building something in 10 minutes that used to take a team a week. Wonder on a 50-year-old face. I was reminded this week that that image is incomplete. The wonder is very real. It's just not the thing that matters most. Weeks after coaching sessions, looking at usage data, I'm reminded most leaders aren't meaningfully using AI. Behaviour didn't change. Two people this week helped me think about this. Paul Griggs, CEO of PwC's US business, told his partners that anyone who resists AI is not going to be here that long. PwC is converting consulting services into automated platforms that clients access directly. M&A due diligence, complex tax advisory, priced as subscriptions rather than billable hours. Most organizations are still pretending AI slots neatly into existing structures, but PwC is admitting the structure itself needs to change. This isn't just a professional services story. Most orgs have teams that work exactly like small consultancies. Legal reviews contracts, finance builds models, insight teams guide decisions, HR screens candidates. It won't only be PwC that converts services into platforms. Internal teams will face the same pressures as external ones. So Paul is right about the need for a reckoning and the destination. But get with it or get out leaves a question. Get with what? Logging in more, sending more messages, automating more tasks. Jeremy Howard, one of the pioneers of modern deep learning, said something this week that stuck me, and that explains why we should not just look at volume here. He borrowed a line from Stanford computer scientist John Ousterhout. A little bit of slope makes up for a lot of intercept. The intercept is where a person starts, their capability, their expertise. The slope is how fast they're growing. A very capable person today, high intercept, isn't your most valuable person in 2 years if they're not actively learning. A less experienced person who is genuinely learning using AI will overtake them rapidly. Jeremy told his team he only cares about one thing, whether their capabilities are growing. Push people to maximize AI output and you're extracting value from where they are today. You're merely exploiting the intercept. Jeremy called it a path to obsolescence. Anthropic's research on AI and coding skills tells a similar story. Most users weren't learning from them. The few who improved were asking conceptual questions, staying engaged with the reasoning, pushing back on the output. Everyone else entered autopilot. Tools designed to make people more productive may actually be making lazy users less capable over time. I see the same dynamic in my own work. After group AI training sessions, the people with the lowest starting baseline improve the most. The most senior people, the ones best placed to lead the change, often show the smallest gains. And then there's the process itself. A team I work with discovered something important when exploring how AI could help with a critical planning spreadsheet that was seen as a slow and painful process. The data entry itself was how they kept stakeholder teams accountable. Remove that friction with AI and you break the governance. Not all inefficiency is waste. Some of it is load-bearing. Teams racing to automate are discovering one process at a time that some of the friction they're removing was holding something else together. Get with it or get out is the right message for leaders who haven't put in the hours. A demo or coaching session isn't adoption. A workshop isn't capability. But the reckoning doesn't end with adoption. The organizations that grow won't be the ones that just moved fastest or automated most. They'll be the ones that asked a harder question. How can we ensure our people are getting more capable rather than just more productive? Slope, not intercept. That's the metric that matters. Here are 3 things worth knowing this week. Number 1. In chess, the human advantage inverted. Knowledge work is next. In 2005, amateur players using laptops beat both grandmasters and supercomputers in Centaur chess. The combination was unbeatable. My friend Glenn told me, and I used it in a dozen speeches as an analogy for the role of tech versus humans in decision-making. I was wrong. By 2026, adding a human to a chess engine makes it play worse. The machine is better alone. Magnus Carlsen's response is extreme but instructive. He deliberately limits his use of AI during preparation because he believes self-generated understanding is the only kind that lets you catch when the AI is wrong. I think the same inversion will play out across much of knowledge work. The question in many areas isn't whether humans stay in the loop, it's how long the current phase lasts and whether we're building the judgment to extend it. Number 2. Jensen Huang thinks your engineers aren't spending enough on AI. NVIDIA's CEO has set a concrete benchmark. A $500,000 engineer who doesn't consume at least $250,000 worth of AI tokens should trigger alarm. His analogy, a chip designer refusing to use CAD tools and working with paper and pencil instead. It's a useful provocation, but notice what it measures. Token spend is an intercept metric. How much AI are you using today? It says nothing about whether the person is getting better. The organizations that take Huang's benchmark seriously and Howard's slope argument seriously will measure both. Most will only measure one. Number 3. RentAHuman. 600,000 sign-ups. A platform where AI agents hire human beings. 600,000 users have signed up to a platform where AI agents post tasks and hire humans to complete them. The worker uploads photographic proof and then gets paid. We've spent 2 years asking whether AI will take our jobs. RentAHuman suggests a different question. What happens when AI becomes the employer?
3 things to try. Mine your own email archive. Before writing a strategy document this week, I pulled 31 emails between myself and a client from the past 6 months and asked Claude to compress them into a structured set of questions and insights. Scattered observations, early instincts, half-formed frameworks. They became a clear argument in minutes. The emails already contained all the thinking, they just needed synthesizing. Pick a topic you've been emailing about for months. You'll find you've already done more thinking than you realized. End every AI session the way a developer commits code. Close each working session with one line. Make sure this is well documented so that a future agent could resume this task. Without it, context evaporates and the next session starts from scratch. With it, the session becomes a self-contained unit of work that can be picked up, forked, or handed off. It sounds small. The cost of not doing it only becomes visible the next time you open the conversation. Use AI to teach you, not just to do things for you. Bloom's 2 Sigma result is the best-known finding in education research. One-to-one tutoring consistently moves students from the 50th to the 98th percentile. It's never been economically available except to the very wealthy. It now costs a monthly subscription. Pick one skill you want to add and spend 20 minutes a day asking AI to train you in it. Run you through drills, quiz you, critique your answers. Most people use these tools to produce output. The people I know that impress me most are using them to produce understanding.
What readers said. Last week's The Power and the Care kept pulling readers back to the apprenticeship question. A founder who started as a graduate trainee at an investment bank wrote to ask whether the next generation will still get the benefit of those early institutional years and whether company culture determines who adopts AI faster. A professor studying the future of work identified a specific friction loss. AI-powered applications mean candidates no longer invest time choosing who to apply to, and firms screen with AI too. Both sides have lost out. And a reader at a professional services firm put the slope problem in its starkest terms. 5 years from now, when those organizations need people who have 5 years of experience, the marketplace will offer nothing but blight.
That's it for David's Saturday AI Thoughts this week. This is a faithful reading of the email edition. The full written version with all the links and sources, plus 13 bits that didn't fit, full reader letters, and community reactions is at stedman.ai. Thanks for listening.